Hi guys, Righteous Rhema here, bringing you your dose of truth for the day, and that is this. You cannot afford to have another person to mishandle you. You cannot afford to be dropped again. So you may say, Missy, that's kind of cocky of you because you don't even know me. You don't even know who's watching this video. Then how can you say I cannot afford to be dropped again? I just feel like if you're watching my videos, you're kind of in the same vein that I'm in. You're kind of in the same place that I am, that I'm in developmentally, self-esteem wise, self-respect wise. And I just really feel like you cannot afford another dropping. And so the way God showed this to me when I was planning this video, two examples using fabric and using babies. Believe it or not, using fabric as an example and babies. So, as you know, there are certain fabrics, they can afford to be mishandled. You can handle denim, blue jean, any kind of way. It's pretty, resilient. It pretty much, can withstand a lot of rough wear and tear. Same with, cotton, linen. They're pretty sturdy type materials. Burlap sack, and then there are fabrics like silk. They're more fragile. Nylon stockings, suede. There are other materials that are not as resilient. They cannot take a lot of stuff. And it's nothing personal, it's nothing bougie about the material. It's just letting you know I cannot afford to be mishandled. Ladies, when you're wearing your nylons to church or to an interview, you're very careful about what you rub up against. You try to avoid Velcro. You try to avoid nails and things and staples. If you're wearing a suede, suede jacket, you try to avoid rain. If you're wearing silk, you don't wear Vaseline when you're wearing your silk blouse. You wear the lotion that dries up like the Eucerin, and you wear the lotion that dries up if you're going to be wearing your silk blouse to work that day. Because you know that if you mishandle this fabric, as expensive or as precious as it might be to you, you know that it's very fragile, and that if you ruin it, it's gone forever. It's ruined forever. And so some of you all, your silk, your suede, your nylon stockings, nylons are not expensive at all, but they're very delicate. And when they're ruined, they're ruined. And I know some folk in the country say run. They say R-U-N, runs or run. My stockings, I say ruin, R-U-I-N. It's ruined. This is how I say it because it's ruined. And when something is ruined, it can't be unruined. It's just gone forever. If you ruin a suede jacket, the thing is just, it's a waste, just throw it away. So I'm telling you all, you cannot afford to have another mishandling. The other example God gave me, the more serious example, is using the example of a baby. If you are a mother or father watching this video, you know that when your baby was brand new born, you cannot afford to let everybody hold your baby. The dog that you just loved, it was your family dog, it was your baby. When the real baby came home, the puppy dog had to go outside. Some of y'all, because the baby might have had allergies or sensitivities. When you didn't let the 5-year-old, much as you love that 5-year-old, you didn't let that 5-year-old hold that infant. When the baby was just first born, you wouldn't let everybody kiss the baby in the face. Hopefully, you never let a person kiss your baby in the face that ain't, that you don't really know, like part of the family. You know what I'm saying? But anyways, because that once the baby is mishandled or dropped, the child is never the same. The child is never the same. I went to school for child development, child and family studies major in college. And, I worked at a lot of jobs or internships where I had to work with children who were mishandled. They were mishandled either physically, mentally, emotionally, sexually. They were just not handled at all. They were neglected. And I have seen the results of people that are mishandled. And I will say this, and I hate to sound so, pessimistic or whatever, but they're never the same. When you mishandle a child, especially between the ages of, birth and up until the age of 8 years old, when you ruin that child is pretty much ruined for life. And I know that God can do some miraculous, amazing things, but even with the help of God, these people still are never quite the same as it would have been had they never been raped, had they never been abandoned, had they never been, witnessed somebody getting murdered, had they never witnessed their parents getting murdered. It's something that happens to a child when a child sees things that children should not see. They're never the same. And so I used to work with a child. I won't say his name. He's passed away. I think maybe 2 years ago he passed away. He was what they call a shaken baby. You know, his dad, I mean, threw him out of a window, or his dad threw him out of a window. Not his dad, I'm sorry. I think it was his mama's boyfriend. Threw him out of a window. And the child, when I last worked with him, he was like 4 years old probably. But no, I'm sorry, he probably was 6 when I last worked with him. He was 6 years old, but he's the mind of like a 4-month-old. Like he had a baby's mind because he never grew past that stage. And that's how it is, you all, when you let people mishandle you or yours. This video again is not about favorites or babies. It's about you and how you let people mishandle you, and how you cannot afford to be mishandled again, because if they mishandle you, you're the one who's going to be stuck with you for the rest of your life. He just wanted somebody to play with. He wanted a plaything. He just wanted sex. He wanted a one-night stand. You wanted more. If you let him mishandle you, you may not be the same. To him, you're just another of 100 women he's going to sleep with in his lifetime. But to him, you might have been a virgin when you got with this guy. You might have married this guy, separate marriage for this guy, and he broke your heart. And you might not be the same after it's all said and done. You, to somebody else, you might just be one of many clients that have in their investment scheme. But you might have saved $50,000 in your life savings, and you just wasted on the investment scheme, a Ponzi scheme, pyramid scheme, and it's all gone, and you're ruined. You might have been saying, oh, I just want to have unprotected sex one time. It's just one time. You don't feel like going to get a condom, and then that person gives you an incurable STD, and nobody else wants to be with you for the rest of your life because you're afraid to. First, you're afraid to date because you're afraid for them to know, or you know they do find out and they don't want to be with you because you have the incurable STD. So you cannot afford another drop. You cannot afford another drop. I just left a funeral of a girl who was 1 year younger than me, and she was dating a guy that I'm sure wasn't his first time, you know, physically hurting or threatening her, but he killed her. He killed her, and he just killed her and drove her to the police station and said, I shot my girl. And I'm pretty sure that wasn't his first time threatening her. I saw his criminal history. He has a history of crimes against women. And sometimes we put our life in people's hands because we want to just not be single. We want to be nice. We want to give them the benefit of the doubt. And y'all, we cannot afford to let another person mishandle us, because guess what? This woman has, I think, 7 children. 7 children. All those babies, all those children are left without a mother for the rest of their life because she was mishandled. Some of y'all being mishandled, it ain't just about you and that man. It's everyone coming after you gonna be mishandled. You know what I'm saying? I'm telling you all, you cannot afford another mishandling. And sometimes y'all, we let people mishandle us because we're just so nice. We're like, well, yeah, I let my new boyfriend of 2 weeks watch my toddler because, you know, he's my boyfriend, and I had to work, and if I told him no to let him watch my child, he would be offended and he would think that I didn't trust him. So yeah, I let him watch my child. And then next thing you know, you heard so many stories of boyfriends killing their girlfriends' children from other relationships. You see what I'm saying? Your child cannot afford to let you just pass him off to anybody. You cannot afford another bad decision. You cannot afford to make another bad decision. Your life, your very life depends on it. I have a friend I met in 7th grade. She had been mishandled a few times. And the last time she got mishandled, she has been, she was admitted to a mental hospital. She's been there probably for the last 7 years. She was in and out, but I haven't seen her in years. Her grandmother wouldn't even tell us where she is because she's probably so bad off she don't want us to even see her. I'm pretty sure that's why she wouldn't tell us where she is. But the young lady, you all, she was dropped one too many times, and the last time she never recovered. She's been there for, I'm talking about at least 7 years. She's been in the mental hospital. Only since 7th grade. Cannot afford to be dropped another time. And again, y'all, the main reason, not because you're stuck up, not because you're bougie, not because you just, you know, all day can't talk to me any kind of way. That's not it. It's just that when you let somebody mishandle you, you have to be with you for the rest of your life. If he drives you to the mental institution, you're going to be alone in the mental institution. He's not going to be with you. He's going to be with his new girlfriend while you sitting there crazy. I'm not saying that's why she went in. I'm just saying. If he gets you a baby and he don't want to do with you or the baby, you have to raise that child for the rest of your life. He can move on and wash his hands of you. If you invest your thousands of dollars into a investment scheme, that's you who have to work overtime, extra jobs to get that money back in your account. You see what I'm saying? He gonna spend your money and he gonna go buy him a nice pair of shoes and bag and move on and go on with his life. These pastors, some of you all put your souls in the hands of pastors that you do not properly vet. And I have friends, you all, I think this past year, I've seen a few of my social media friends, they were like going strong, going hard for God. They was like preaching online and going for God, and they had such a rough year that they're done with the black church altogether. Some of them were done because of, some of them I saw kind of going astray because they were kind of really hurt by the whole police brutality in America thing. These two of them, and they just went heretical. They just they were so hurt about racist white cops and racist white government, racist white people, period, that they just were like, you know what, I'm done. They just went kind of like to African spiritist religions, whatever. And then some of my friends in real life, they went to black churches and they were mishandled by so many black pastors, they washed their hands of the black church, period. They're just done with black churches, period. I was almost there. You know, I still visit, you know, black churches. I don't know if I ever joined another black church. It's only a couple I think I probably can trust. But I'm saying you could get so done. But guess who's carrying me for the rest of my life? Guess who has to go? If I don't go join a church again, guess who has to watch for my soul for the rest of my life? Me. So when somebody hurts you, you're alone with you for the rest of your life. Some women I know were so hurt by black men, or just, well, yeah, black men. I'm gonna be honest. Most people I know are black. By black men, they were done with men for the rest of their life. They like, you know, I'm going with women. They left men alone, and they go with women now. And usually it's women who've been like raped by a man. They tend to go to women. There's actually a study done. I doing a research paper in college on sexual abuse effects on children, and they said it was a study done in the UK, United Kingdom, of 19 girls who were raped by family members, which is called incest, and 17 of the 19 became lesbian because they could not afford another mishandling by a man. They said, you know, I'm doing men altogether. Some women, they still say with men, but they switch teams. I'm sorry, not teams. They switch color. They say, you know, I ain't doing no more black men. I want white men, Asian men, Hispanic men. I don't want no more black men. So I'm telling you, you cannot afford another mishandling. So what you need to do is you need to vet before you invest. By vet means not a veterinarian, not a veteran from the war, but vet, the verb VET, means you need to properly investigate and look into and research and get references and referrals on people before you connect with them, before you give them a piece of your soul, your heart, before you let them watch your children, before you give them your money, before you join their churches, before you accept them as clients, before you become their partner, before you work with them, before you take them on as one of your employees. You need to vet people because you cannot afford, your business cannot afford another mishandling. Yeah, I almost gave up photography. You know, a few months ago, I was like, I'm so tired of these clients of mine. They just doing too much. They doing too much. They want too much. They want to pay nothing. I was gonna be done with photography. I have not taken a paid client since November. I have not taken photography. You know, I done like photography, but like, you know, different things, but not like for paid, not like a Pics and Pixels client. I've not done photography for paid Pics and Pixels since November of last year. So that's all of December, all of January, all of February. I was gonna be done with photography. I was gonna be done with it. I was so done with people. Nothing but photography I was done with. I love photography, clearly. I was done with the people of photography. So I learned, like, Misty, don't take on another client that you don't vet. Because they will have you wiping away an entire third source of income that God gave you. When God gave me photography, he was like, I felt my spirit, he was saying to me, I have not simply given you a gift. I have given you access into a market that is inexhaustible. I mean, I will never run out of clients. I will never run out of money because I can always have somebody who wants pictures. I was going to give up on a God-given blessing and source of income that I'm actually good at and actually enjoy and get to meet amazing people through and create beauty because of people. I did not vet properly. I did not properly vet my clients. So you may give up on ministry, on church, on love, on men, on women, because of people. So you cannot afford another dropping, because you have to be with you for the rest of your life. If you spend $500 on a silk dress, for example, and you let somebody hug you with greasy hands, you are the one with that greasy, ruined silk dress for the rest of your life, not them. They going on with their life. If you have a newborn baby and you let a 5-year-old hold your baby, and that child drops your baby, you have to raise that child paralyzed, can't talk, can't feed itself, can't ever know how to use the toilet by itself for the rest of your life. So I don't care how much of an a-hole you seem to be. I don't care how stuck up you seem to be. I don't care. Don't you let another person mishandle you in your life. Not just this season, not just this month, not just this year. For the rest of your life, you cannot afford to let another person mishandle you, because if they do, you're the one who has to be with you for the rest of your life. Which you're going to be scared of people, scared of intimacy, scared of trust, scared to build, scared to make money, scared to go back to school, scared to start a business, scared to write a book, scared to go back to church, scared to make another friend, scared to date, because you let somebody mishandle you. You did it. Now, when you were a child, you couldn't help it. And sometimes even as an adult, you can't help it. But a lot of times, we put our hands we put our life in the hands of people who are dangerous people. We've seen their criminal backgrounds. We've heard this. We've seen their social media page. We've seen these people are violent. They have no regard for people. They don't respect people. They don't respect authority. They don't respect the law. And you keep putting your life in their hands, you all. You cannot afford to do this, because you have to live with you for the rest of your life. And they go on, dropping other people's babies, mishandling other people's fabrics. You ain't gonna let that happen to you no more, you all. So yes, you all, please, y'all, do not forget, I don't care how much of a jerk you look like. You're going to be a healthy jerk. You're going to be a loving jerk. You're going to have your self-esteem as a jerk. You ain't going to be scared of love and trust as a jerk. So it don't matter if they mad at you or not because you seem rude. You got what you want. Don't I look happy to y'all? I'm happy, y'all, in real life. I'm not playing like I'm happy like I do on social media. I'm happy in real life because everybody around me has been vetted. There is nobody around me that's not been properly vetted to be in my life. I'm happy. I'm very happy. So thank you guys for watching. Please share, subscribe. Bye-bye.